This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
I'm Roby Brock. Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. It is Wednesday, November 2nd. Here are your top stories for today. The University of Arkansas's 18th annual poll is out and the results are in. Donald Trump led Hillary Clinton among 800 likely voters, 59 to 36%, with 18% voting for someone else, saying they don't know or refusing to answer. In the Senate race, incumbent Republican John Bozeman led Democrat Connor Eldridge 61 to 38%, with 23% giving another answer. And the Arkansas medical marijuana amendment was favored by 51% and opposed by 49%. In other numbers, the state's fiscal picture got a little more clarity. DF&A reported net available general revenues in October were 8.2% above last year and 2.1% above forecast for the month. Still, sales tax numbers are lagging, and year-to-date net state revenues are 1.3% below forecast. However, individual income taxes are strong. Finally, Murphy USA reported profits fell nearly 25% in its third quarter. The El Dorado-based convenience store operator posted net income of $45.5 million on revenue of $3 billion. You can keep up with our top stories of the day, plus many more at our website at talkbusiness.net. A word from our sponsors, and we're back with Governor Asa Hutchinson. What's his plan for War Memorial Stadium's future? And we'll go 4 minutes for questions with Wes Brown. Will Issue 3 pass in the next week's election? I share my prediction after this.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Arkansas's most abundant natural resource provides the core asset for Deltic Timber Corporation. In addition to the sustainable yield stewardship of its well-stocked timberlands, Deltic adds value by integrating its efficient wood products manufacturing facilities, as well as through planned development of commercial and residential real estate. Deltic Timber Corporation, creating value for a growing Arkansas.
A little over a week ago, Governor Asa Hutchinson announced he wanted to do something different with War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. What exactly will that entail? I asked.
I think it's a premier sports event venue that's very important for Arkansas. And it looks to me like, with our love of sports, with our incredible teams in this state, that there's opportunities there for showcase games there in War Memorial Stadium. I'm committed to its future, and moving this to Parks and Tourism, as I'm asking the legislature to do, is really giving it greater administrative support, marketing support, tools that Parks and Tourism is very good at. Obviously, the Commission plays an important role, and they would continue to assist and help in the marketing of and advocacy for the stadium. But I'm excited about its future. You know, there's nothing is certain, but I wanted to put out of my own discretionary funds the funding of a national arena consultant that can give us some counsel as to what are the opportunities there, the best uses, and also what needs to be done there to make it a better venue.
All right. That's Governor Asa Hutchinson, and there's more to our interview, including his thoughts on the FBI investigation of Hillary Clinton, tax cuts, the private option, and his recent trade trip to China. You can check it all out online at talkbusiness.net. Still to come, 3 numbers that mattered in politics this past week. Plus, Wes Brown and I quiz each other in our 4 minutes, 4 questions segment. We're back with more right after this.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us. Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.
Circuits turn on the lights by making a connection, by closing the loop. At Entergy, we believe our economy is circular too. What you put in comes back. So we invest billions in new infrastructure, which helps attract new industry, which helps create new jobs. We partner with local communities to electrify the economy. And together, we power life. Entergy.
Well, there have been a lot of numbers as we wind down the election season. Let's go inside the numbers for 3 to keep your eye on. 650,000, as in the number of emails supposedly on former New York Congressman Anthony Weiner's computer that is at the center of the renewed FBI investigation of Hillary Clinton and her top aide, Huma Abedin. 650,000, that is going to take a while to read, but it has taken no time to roil the presidential race. 1,754,243. That's the total number of registered Arkansas voters for this November. It also happens to be a record. And with record registration, one might expect some record turnout, about 70%. That is the number that Secretary of State Mark Martin is expecting total voter turnout in Arkansas to be on Election Day, which is next Tuesday, and that would also include all of the early and absentee votes too. I think that number is just a little bit high, a tad high, but I hope that we surpass 70% because the more participation, the better. You can keep up with stats like this and as well as all the election coverage that you need to at talkbusiness.net. We're going to take a short break, and Wes Brown joins me. 4 minutes, 4 questions, 4 answers. We're back after this.
As Arkansas's population grows, so do our energy demands. But with the right mix of resources, reliable, affordable power will always be a reality. These resources are all around us in our rivers, blowing through our trees, even right below our feet. The answer isn't focusing on one resource, it's embracing them all. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas know that a balanced approach to power builds our communities and powers our dreams. Visit themixmatters.com and see why there's power in knowledge.
So much of what Arkansas state employees do goes unnoticed, yet they have a positive impact on our citizens each and every day. The Arkansas State Employees Association recognizes individuals for excellence in the workplace and leadership in their communities. Congratulations to Deanna O'Malley of Texarkana, the Outstanding State Employee of 2016. We'd like to say thank you to all state employees for all of your hard work and dedication.
Time now for 4 minutes, 4 questions with Wesley Brown. Always good to have him. Good to be with you.
Here. Good here.
All right, it's good. I'm going to let you go first. You get to ask the first question today.
Okay, I'm going to kind of mix it up on you a little bit.
Bring it on, buddy. I'm not scared
Issue
of you.
3, do you believe it will fail or pass? And kind of give what is it about?
I think that issue 3, which is the Jobs and Economic Development Amendment there, it allows super projects to not have a bond cap, basically, and does some other stuff. I think it's going to pass, and here's why I think it's going to pass. Our polling shows that 35% support, 30% against, 35% undecided. I think
Big undecided.
it's a big undecided, but I think that first of all, you get the governor out there promoting it in some paid advertising. There is no paid opposition. Just some folks stirring it up, and understandably so. But when you read the ballot title, it says Jobs and Economic Development. And I think if people don't get further than the ballot title, how can you be against more jobs and economic development?
Well,
I think they're going to hit a yes.
well, we'll see.
What do you think?
I think it will be close.
Well, I think it'll be close.
But 35 undecided, that's a pretty large number of people out there.
You typically will break somewhat evenly. All right, my question to you, we saw GDP numbers on Friday for the third quarter, the first estimate, 2.9%, which is extremely healthy compared to what we've been seeing here.
Yeah.
Is that the high for 2016?
That is definitely the high for 2016 and probably for 2017 also. 2.9%. It had some extraordinary items in the growth. Agriculture exports were really high. There was a lot of real good thing, wage growth.
Right.
And but over the past 3 quarters, the highest we've had is 2%. And I think that the yearly average is going to be under 2%. The previous quarter was 1.4%. So I don't think it's sustainable. I think we'll probably see in the fourth quarter it'll come down, ratchet down. Even that was the first estimate, so we may see a couple more.
There's a second and a third estimate to
Yeah,
come.
so it may ratchet down a little bit. So no, it's not sustainable. Not 2.9% growth.
All right, your turn.
Governor Hutchinson just came back from China, and we came back in a news conference. He said that and he said it also in an interview with you, there are going to be more manufacturing jobs possibly come to South Arkansas, to the Delta. Do you believe that will happen? And what was the reason that he believes that will happen?
Well, it's not going to happen quickly, I don't think. So if it happens, I mean, I don't think we're going to see a mass transfer of manufacturing jobs back to the Arkansas Delta overnight or anything. His argument was that that labor costs and cost of doing business, transportation costs have gone up in China, which is understandable and is happening, and that has made it more cost efficient to do some things in America. And there's a push by Chinese business leaders right now to have a stake in the U.S. There's more of that happening, and lots of different reasons why. But I would say we may see another, standing double is what I would call those. They're not home runs.
Right.
400 jobs is good.
Yeah, it is.
$14, $15 an hour is not bad, but. And very welcome, but I don't think we're going to see these things kind of coming left and right like apples on a tree. I think
so. That sucking sound from China is not going to be coming to Arkansas.
There's not going to be a sucking sound back to the U.S. I don't think, much less Arkansas. But it was good news.
Yeah, it was.
And the other argument is that there are facilities and a workforce that has some background in some of those textile and apparel jobs, and that's why the governor, I think, is optimistic that we have some facilities that may be, and workforce that may be attractive to some of them. All right, last question to you. We are about halfway through the third quarter earnings period.
Yes, we are.
There's been enough out there. You can pick your winners and losers for the quarter so far.
I think it's pretty much the same as the last quarter. Banks did well. Energy-related stocks didn't do so well. And in Arkansas, that means that the banking stocks are Bank of the Ozark, Simmons First National out of Pine Bluff, and Home Bank Shares in Conway. They all had better, their earnings were year over year.
Bear State had a good one too.
Yeah, Bear State also. All of those, their earnings were better than the year before, which is that's what we look at to see if the quarter is better. And also their asset, we're seeing their asset growth. On the losing side, of course, we had Murphy Oil and Southwestern Energy, which is not based in Arkansas, but its presence is in the Fayetteville Shale, and it's formerly from Arkansas. Both of those companies, Murphy Oil, they went back into the red. They were in the previous quarter, second quarter, they eked out a small profit, but this quarter they went back into the red.
Not nearly as bad as the quarter a year ago, though, where they had over $1 billion worth of loss. So it was much smaller.
And Southwestern Energy, they had some good news that they're starting to drill again in the Fayetteville Shale, but still their capital spending and in Arkansas is, and when you start at $1 billion and you're down under $100 million, that's a pretty significant drop. So the energy stocks are still going to have some until we see the price of natural gas and crude oil ratchet up. I would say 25-30%. We're not going to see the kind of profit we saw, over the past few years.
All right, that's 4 minutes. That's 4 questions. That was 4 answers I counted right there too.
Yeah.
So, all right, he's Wes Brown. You can catch his work daily at talkbusiness.net. That is all for today's daily edition of Talk Business and Politics. Thanks for watching. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you tomorrow.